a message from my wife that said the new project car was pulling in the driveway, and by pulling in the driveway I mean it's on the back of a rollback. So that's just to let you know how this is gonna go. So, and it couldn't be a worse time. It's raining cheese and crackers out here and stuff. So let's run up to the house and get this Betty unloaded, and I gotta get the tractor going and load an engine for the guy and all this stuff. So let's go. Lord have mercy. Ezekiel's wheels. My goodness. My goodness. Well, as you can see, the car's here. I had to zip up here and help unload it and do some stuff, but it's finally here, and I'm speechless. I really am. I've been wanting, not necessarily a Pontiac, but I really wanted it was actually a Studebaker, I think, that I've been looking at. Anything with a straight 8, I just like, man, I gotta drive a straight 8. I gotta work on a straight 8. Just something I wanted to do. Buddy told me about this car. I checked it out, made a deal, bought the car, took some back and forth to get it transported, whatnot, but it's finally here, and I'm just humbled beyond belief to have it here. Unfortunately, we got some bad weather coming, a winter storm with a lot of wind. We already got a tremendous amount of rain this morning, like an inch and a few tenths, I don't know. And then the temperature is gonna plunge tonight, and the wind's gonna blow in, and it's gonna get nasty. So I gotta do some Katie bar the door. I gotta ratchet strap the goats down and, you know, get some stuff pulled inside. So we're just gonna let this old Betty sit for a little bit. Talk to the wife. She said, it's okay, you can let it sit in the middle of the driveway. So that's pretty cool. You know, her birthday's coming up, so I think she's expecting a little something nice. Anyway, so I got some work to do before I can get distracted with this thing. It might be a couple days where we circle around and do something with it, but well, we survived the first batch of winter weather, and we were without power for about 16 hours, and very strong winds and freezing temperatures, but we prevailed. We're back up and running again. We got some power, some heat. Had to tinker on the furnace this morning at like 4 a.m., but we're doing stuff. That's okay. We got a lot of debris and damage. I mean, just at a glance, we got sticks and stones breaking bones everywhere. It's everywhere. But let me show you a tree that fell down. It was you know, when you live next to the woods, you just got to accept the fact that a tree could fall and kill you at any moment. Had the legend welder generator roaring ready to go, just in case things got real sketchy. The wind is still beating down the door, but look at this old piece of timber here down on the Jeep trail. The hunting woods are all but destroyed. I mean, I don't know if you can see way out in there. Some of the timber's been down for a while when they did some logging, but a lot of it's fresh, especially that disaster. That's been weighing on my thumper for a few months, so I'm glad it came down and it went away from the vehicles, because, you know, houses, 2x4s, you can just run down to Lowe's and buy, frame up the puppy and shingles and whatnot, but old cars, no, nothing you can do about it. But before we jump into this old Betty, I want to say that I'm very humble to announce, and very honored to announce, that Showcase Heating and Air will be supporting this specific project. And so if you're in the Moores Hill, Indiana area, southeast Indiana, for you nerds that don't know where Moores Hill is, and you got some heating and air needs, make sure you look them up on Google. Don't take my word for it. You know, just look at the reviews. They've got like 45 5-star reviews. You know, no negatives, no 4-star reviews, and that's pretty darn impressive in a competitive industry with and they're a small business. You know, they're fighting the good fight. So if you're in the need of that kind of line of work, make sure you look them up and give them a call. Let's check out the project. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna do a quick video because we got another round. We got a week of like 30-40 mile per hour winds and, you know, negative temperatures. So I haven't opened the doors, and there's boxes in the trunk. There's a lot to unpack with this car, and I haven't done any of it, and it has been killing me. But I want to make this video to kind of give you guys a walk around at first glance and talk about a few things. So you saw it come off on the rollback and the rainbowy oil, that C30 rollback left in the driveway. That was awesome. The first thing I did was pop the hood and look at the body tag, verify the VIN matched the title, which I did before I bought the thing. But I went to the body tag, did some research, and know exactly what we got here. So it is a 1948. Oof. Let's get on the other side of this car. I need the wind block. Whew. So here's what I know about this thing. It is in fact a 1948 Pontiac Streamliner Deluxe. It's got a hydromatic transmission. It's got the straight 8, not the high compression one, which I heard is out there. Now, real quick disclaimer, I'm not a Pontiac guy at all. I know nothing about these things. I don't even know where to start looking for parts. Like if I was doing a square body or a bump side or a slick Ford or something, you know, LMC, Dennis Carpenter, you know, places like that. This, no idea. So if you know of a good Pontiac catalog, I know just looking around, there's stuff immediately that I know I need to start ordering. Or if you know something I don't, please comment below and help a guy out, because we're kind of in uncharted waters with this car, but I can't help myself. Ooh, speaking of that, decoding the VIN, or the body tag, this is the original paint. I don't know about this fender. This fender is kind of iffy. It looks like there's some primer under there, but the rest of it I would say is fairly original, and it is in fact Berkshire green. Yes sir, that is the color. So a quick walk around. I know we're missing that silver streak trim package with the Pontiac thing, and that's where you'd have your license plate bracket. I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. That's a clip for the trim. So there's a trim piece on both sides that would go from the trunk quarter all the way down. I'm missing that should say silver streak with an 8 in the middle, if I'm right on that. Let's see here. And I'm missing all this window trim on both sides. I'm missing that rocker trim on this side. So that's what I know as far as the trim goes. I got that. Yep. I got a mirror. That doesn't do mirror stuff. Matter of fact, it's just clear glass at this point. That's awesome. I know this handle linkage does nothing. Rest of them open like butter. I'm really impressed with that. Got a rear wiper. All the glass is pretty good shape. It's not clouded or whatever. It's a little frosty right now. I mean, I am freezing. Look at that little guy. These wiper blades are like 7 inches long. Oh yeah, I can see a bag of salt sitting on the passenger seat through there. That's cool. So I got an antennae. Beep, 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 beep. That's cool. All right. History time. If you can bear with me, I need to go sit behind this car again. Should have bought a Brought a tripod so I can put my hands in my pocket. All right, so the old timer I got the car from, bless his heart, and I don't mean that in like the disparaging Southern way, bless his heart, but like truly, like, you know, round of applause for this guy, because he's got a little towing, recovery, salvage, scrapping gig on the side, and this car was going to the scrap yard, but he saved it. He bought it off the guy, you know, that was gonna scrap it. So the story goes, and I've heard a couple stories off this guy, and that's okay, that a fella had this car, was parting it out, sold like the wiring harness and various bits and pieces, some trim, I don't know, and was like, hey, I'm done with it. And then he's got a scrap yard, and the guy I bought it from said, no, I'll give you the scrap money for it, and that's that. But I also kind of heard that the guy started restoring it and then quit, which happens a lot of times. So either way, I don't really know, but that's the story. They tell me that it was a government, like Indiana Natural Resources, a forestry kind of vehicle, which there's a lot on this car that kind of adds up to that. It's got some old bias ply dirt tires on the back, you know, which is not something you'd, well, unless someone just put winter tires on it, you know, one year, and that's the way she died. So you still got like a street tread steer tire. I don't know if the Berkshire green is just the coincidence of the whole IDNR kind of vibes, and I've seen it, I haven't found it in here, but there's a spotlight that goes right there. I don't know, what's this say? Here might be a clue. Here's a Indiana, some sort of Indiana tag thing that's stamped 1979. Expires. I don't know what this tag is for. Valid through I don't know. If I'm not from Indiana, so I don't know their laws in the 70s if you had to have vehicle inspections or not. What is this? You got like a little rain guard factory. That's awesome. That's really cool. Look, how's this mirror? Oh, it's kind of a mirror. So yeah, there's a little tidbit of information that at least was doing something in the late 70s. The license plate, I can't say. I mean, there's kind of some moss on the bolt and the moss on the plate and the flaking on the chrome, but it's 1948. So would the government have a vehicle from 48 to 78? I doubt that. You know how they are. New vehicle every couple years. There's like a speaker wire hanging out, which is probably hooked to the coil. 6-volt system, I know that. What else do I know? I know that this trim is phenomenal. Oh, this brush guard kind of thing on the bumperettes, you know, kind of, I don't know much about and the fog lights. Look at these things. I don't know what that says. Guide 4 5/8 fog lamp 2013As. So that's pretty old. 4 5/8 guide. I'm gonna have to research that, and I'll be sure that I don't hook up 12 volts to them and pop them right off the bat. Bumpers mint shape. Not a dash of chrome peeling off that. The grill. Yep, that one just, yep, that one's with Jesus now. But I kind of like the pitted stainless and chrome look. Oh, what else do I know? What else do I know? So, gosh, I really wish I had that piece. I don't know, what do you guys see with your expert eyes? What are your peepers telling you? Government, forestry, Division of Natural Resources type car. I mean, the dirt tires, the searchlight, the brush guard. I don't know. the fog lights. Those things are really cool. God. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it is way too much fun to unpack a car when it is just filled to the gills with goodies. I'm not gonna do it right now. This weather's miserable. I've got maybe 2-3 hours of decent weather, and I gotta take care of the animals. I started building Mo the Hammer straw bale shelter for his little hut, keep him warm, because here in a little bit it's gonna start howling again and we're in real trouble. So we're gonna move some firewood inside and, you know, just hunker down and watch some old VHSs like American Graffiti. Where were you in the 62? Anyway, so I'm not gonna blow this thing open yet. That'll be a video once we get through next week. So we're gonna do this one, and then I need to rearrange some stuff, maybe get the 66 out of there and put air in some tires, and push this over there with the tractor and maybe out of fuel, I don't know. So let's jump in. Again, we're not pulling everything out. I've opened a few doors, but I haven't looked through anything. This is just gonna be a quick glance. But, oh, minus this ice. Look at this door. Goodness gracious. Body. See, this is what the kind of quality you get from Fisher Body Works. You get some quality. It's structural. So the ceiling is there, and we got some cotton, some poplin. Another thing I did decoding the VIN is so the color of the car is original and the interior trim. I know the seats would have been dark gray cloth, which they are, at least the front is, yep, the back, and then the door cards would have been dark gray, light gray cloth, which they are. Look at that. That's from an arm rubbing. Let's see here. Yep, I don't know what this is. Parking brake. I guess there's a hood latch cable somewhere. I don't know what this is. Choke or the hood latch. I don't know how many miles are on it. Someone, maybe it lends some credit to the I was gonna restore it one day, because oh, there's a bell housing cover down there. This dash is painted blue, which is lame. Anyway, 83,314,000 miles, probably. This cluster is pretty cool. It's got battery, fuel, oil, and water. I don't see any. 100 miles per hour on bias plies. Pretty cool steering wheel. Man, that thing is great. Is that the horn? What kind of car did Mr. Miyagi drive in Karate Kid? He had a nice ride. Here's the hydromatic shift pattern. You got neutral, couple drives, and then a reverse. And how you put it in park is by put it in reverse and then turn the engine off. And that mechanically locks the transmission. So the interior's right. Looks like we got all the knobs, the crank, the window crank, the quarter window crank, the door handle, little armrest. Ooh, we don't have an armrest over here. There's the screw holes. We got complete there, complete there. What is this? Is that the lock? Everything's frozen right now, so I don't want to push my luck. Gosh, this door is great. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a parking brake. Oh, I just made a noise. I don't know how you release that. Probably don't work. I don't know what this does. Oh, there's a speedometer cable. Probably when the guy pulled the dash. There's some more wires. Oh, yeah, we got some burlap. We got 2 bolts here. I wonder if those are to a fuel pump or something. Ooh, I did pop the hood and I noticed I'm missing the water neck, the thermostat housing. So Maybe that's what they got. A coffee can here. Bell housing. Oh, what is that? What is that? That's the temperature. We got normal off, a defroster, the motor on and off, a temperature. How cool is that? Full of snow. Gosh, hopefully I have the rest of that dash pieces. I don't know. I can see a body mount through here. There's the frame. At least I can't shove. Oh, frame feels. That body mount has left the chat. Okay. I haven't even done my due diligence. Oh. This frame's in bad shape. It's about rotted out there. If that's the only spot, we'll work with it. What is that? I don't know. Oh, frame's about gone there. We'll have to get creative with that. Anyway, let's not let that discourage us. You got a old generator alternator thing, distributor, bent up trim piece that goes, I think they go here somehow. What we got? There's the center console radio, oil bath, a drum lid. There's our glove box, some inner door trim that we're missing on the driver's side, sun visors. See that snakeskin? Ah, yeah, there's our license plate bracket and trunk latch with the handle, a broken jar, search lamp. All right, I'm getting carried away. Anyway, there's stuff there. See if I can. There's trunk stuff. I see a wheel skirt, horn, maybe another piece of trim. We won't get carried away. That door doesn't open. I don't know. We got some good stuff here. Let's not dig into that. That's for another. It's for another time. Let's come over to the engine. Where's the thing? At the straight 8. Missing a water neck here. No wiring. That's fun. Carburetor with a hornet's nest up in it. Radiator's there. And a flopping belt because we're missing the alternator generator thing. Anyway, it's got a starter. There it is at a glance, fellas. I'd say right off the bat, the most alarming thing is the non-existent frame in the back, but you know what? I think I can bring that around. A little bit of work. See what the other side looks like. Anyway, comment below what you think. What do you think about this old Betty? I'm excited. I think it looks good. Anyway, wish us the best as we get through this weather, this winter storm, and we'll circle back around and start gutting this thing and taking a look at what we got. So as always, subscribe, comment, follow, share. Thanks for hanging out, guys.